Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into another modern C++ feature that can make your code cleaner, quieter and more intentional. We are talking about the maybe unused attribute introduced in C++ 17. If you've ever written some code, compiled it and got annoying warnings that a variable or function is declared but never used, then this attribute is for you. In this video, we will break down what maybe unused does, why it exists, and how you should use it in real-world C++ code. Let's get started. So what exactly is maybe unused? It's an attribute, a kind of annotation that you can attach to variables, parameters, functions, and even types. Its main job is simple. Tells the compiler, hey, it's okay if this thing isn't used, it's intentional. When you mark something with maybe unused, the compiler is instructed to suppress any warning it would normally give you about the entity being used. Let's take a simple example. Say you are writing some debug-only code like this. Now, in many compilers with warnings enabled, this will trigger an unused variable warning, because debug value is never actually used. But what if you want to keep it there, maybe for future debugging or conditional compilation? You can fix this like this. Now the compiler knows not to bother you with that warning. Let's think step by step why this matters. In real-world projects, especially large codebases, warnings can clutter your build logs. Even worse, you might miss actual important warnings because they are buried under hundreds of unused variable messages. Using maybe unused helps make your intent clear and keeps your build output clean. Now here is something even cooler. Maybe unused isn't limited to local variables. You can also apply it to function parameters, return values, or even entire functions. For example, or maybe you have a utility function that's currently not used, but you want to keep it for future refactoring. The attribute works at multiple levels. It tells other developers and the compiler, I know this isn't used now, but it's intentional. Please don't complain. One important thing to understand is that maybe unused is a standard attribute. The double square brackets are part of C++'s unified attribute syntax that was introduced to make annotations more structured across compilers. Before C++ 17, compilers had their own non-standard ways to suppress warnings. But now, thanks to maybe unused, you can write portable, readable and warning-free code without relying on compiler-specific hacks. Let's look at a more complex example involving templates. This is incredibly useful when you are building generic code that compiles differently depending on the type. You might have variables that are only relevant in certain branches. Rather than refactoring everything or suppressing warnings globally, you can use maybe unused exactly where needed. So when should you use this attribute? Use it when a variable is conditionally compiled or only used in certain builds, or when a parameter is unused in some contexts but needed to match an interface. Use it when you want to keep code for documentation or future refactoring. And when you are developing in a warning as error environment and want to keep things clean. And that's it for today's video. Maybe unused is one of those small but mighty features in modern C++. It doesn't change how your program runs, but it absolutely improves how your code communicates with the compiler and with other developers. Thanks for watching. If this helped clarify things for you, give the video a like, subscribe and check out the playlist on the screen. See you in the next one.